Hai guys, selamat datang kembali di channel aku Amedirion. Apa kabar kalian semua? Seperti biasanya guys, aku mau lanjutin main game Vampyr ini. Di game yang part sebelumnya kita kan main beberapa quest, dan aku baru tahu ini cara battlenya enemy-nya ini. Kalau di di sedot darahnya berkali-kali itu resistennya tambah banyak, jadi harus segera dimusnahkan ya enemy-nya. Dan kalau kita tidur itu ada konsekuensi, orang-orang yang lagi sakit ini jadi tambah parah. Jadi kita perlu beberapa item untuk mengobati mereka. Tapi masalahnya aku masih belum tahu nih yang di mana.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Jadi sambil kita jalanin quest lain aja ya. Ini kan ada macam-macam. Kita ke ini aja, Gold Diggers ya. Sebelah mana ya dia? Kita lihat, cek dulu peta. Oh, ini questnya di sini ya. Berarti kita harus ke Southward. Itu lewat sini berarti ya. Benar nggak nih? Oke, kayaknya kita ke jalan tepat deh. Ini game resource-nya benar-benar dikit banget ya. Oke, banyak ini ya, poster propaganda militer ya.
See them fancy clothes? Right, boys! Silly! Bastard!
Oke, kita perlu ke arah ternyata masih hidup ini. Pikir udah mampus. Oke, kita terusin. Kita lewat lurus. Ada item yang bisa dipungut nggak? Oke, aku mau ganti weapon dulu ya guys.
Bloody die! It's one of them!
Ini enemy lincah banget.
Get a taste of this!
Aku dapat kunci, tapi kuncinya untuk apa ya?
Die, vermin! Shit! Shit, that leech is fast!
Oke, aku ada jalan benar nggak sih? Kayaknya aku udah ada direksi yang benar deh.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory.
Oh iya, ini tempatnya
My
yang
poor
dia.
Mary.
Starting game-nya kan di sini kan. Ini tempatnya Mas Griff itu kan ya.
This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Oh ya, ini yang episode tadi yang pertama itu kan dia di loot kan, apa sih Jonathan kan sempet di loot kan, apa jamnya. Untuk barang metal dapat semuanya ya, cuman kalau untuk bahan untuk medicine kok nggak ada sama sekali ya. Kurang banget itemnya, sodium dan sebagainya. Oh, ada box.
It's locked.
Oke, kita dapat botol of alkohol ya. Ini gua di mana ya? Oh.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oke, ini kembalinya sini, jadi kita ke kiri terus ke kanan ya. Itu di sini ya. Kayaknya deket bar ini deh, yang itu yang apa, leadernya geng. Ah ya, ini Edwina Cox.
She's got no idea who she's dealing with.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your reward after all. The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife.
Are you aware?
Yes.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Aku bukan butuh senjata sih. Aku lebih butuh Oke, kita lihat quest lagi, ada quest apa aja. Oke, lagi-lagi kita ke Southward ya. Ada cara cepet nggak sih ke teleport ini? Ini malah teleport ke sisi sana, bukan itu yang kita mau ya.
It's locked, all right.
Kayaknya impossible deh teleport. Kok malah jadi keluar sih? Aku ke direksi bener nggak sih ini? Kayaknya sih bener ya.
Yes. The place has changed since the explosion, but it was definitely here. May all who suffered from this tragedy find or rest in peace.
Oke, tapi kita explore dulu ya. Karena kita butuh beberapa bahan.
It's locked.
Oh, ini yang itu ya, tempatnya game pertama ya. Gua penasaran sama jejak darah ini. Kayaknya nggak bisa diekspor deh. Ada item nggak? Nggak ada ya. Balik ke tempat tadi aja deh.
It's locked, all right. Sorry guys, koneksi kontrolernya ngedrop ini. Oke, kita ke itu ya, Tahun ya, ke bar. Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Ah, you're that doctor.
I found the location of the explosion, Mr. Delaney. I placed a flower for you where it happened. Just as you asked.
Really? That's so kind. I never thought someone would... Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's nothing, really. And I'm sorry for your loss.
What? No, I didn't know them. No car was supposed to park there that day. Stupid bastard. Why did he park there?
You're the man who hid that bomb.
I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone.
Oke.
I sense your guilt, Dyson. Why is that? Did you not think violence was an acceptable political tool?
I still believe our fight was just. By killing an innocent couple who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. No way.
You made a mistake. A terrible mistake. Maybe an unforgivable one. But that does not mean that you are a monster.
I swear I did not want to kill anyone. I did not hide in the shadow to kill on purpose. That's my only defense.
I want you to remember the bomb, Dyson. Tell me about it.
No. I don't want to remember it.
Why use a bomb? What were you trying to destroy?
The Dawson and Dawson ammunitions factory. A symbol of violence against the people. My group wanted to destroy it to send a message.
The victims. They were not the target then.
I spent so much time figuring out the perfect moment. I used a short fuse. No car had ever parked there. They all died.
Oke.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Oke, kita cari interest lagi ya. Local investigation untuk area ini, yang ini udah meninggal. Mungkin kalau kita track ini mungkin bisa kali ya. Oke, hospital, berarti kita harus ke sini ya.
I cannot enter.
Oke, kayaknya itemnya tempat ini udah aku ambil ya. Hmm. Oh, no, 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 no. Oops.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me.
It's locked.
My blood and soul.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Spare me, Dark Queen.
Itu masih ada satu yang unknown. Itu harus lewat mana ya?
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... Well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. We've taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir. I need more information first.
All right. What do you want to know?
Okay.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Let Strickland
udah
put his
nggak ada
patient's
untuk
eyes
dengerin.
with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
The dead.
I should investigate.
Peaceful and lost.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Oh, ini dia. Jadi mungkin ini yang jual item bikin obat ya.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Oh.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Oke, dia punya stok ternyata terbatas ya.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart. I'm managing a train terminal, not a mall.
lagi guys. Sorry guys, gamenya lagi nge-crash lagi ya. Jadi aku sampai di sini dulu ya guys. Buat kalian yang penasaran sama lanjutannya, jangan lupa untuk tunggu video aku selanjutnya ya. Oke guys, sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya.